Hello, my name is Opal Singleton. I am the president and CEO of an organization called Million Kids. And I hope that you will follow us. Go to millionkids.org, hit that subscribe button, get involved with us. There's no charge for it. But we're an organization that spent the last 15 years helping the world keep their kids safe from predators. And I hope you'll join us. I want to talk today about why every parent should have a social media contract with their child. I believe that it's absolutely critical. Everyone we know wants to be online, and that's all of our kids. And some of them maybe are a little too young. One of the questions we have is it safe? And we'll talk about that today. You see, one of the things I wrote a book called Societal Shift: A World Without Borders, a Home Without Walls. I realized long about 2020, our world began to experience a technology transformation unlike any other time in history. For the first time in all of history, the entire world is now being connected by 5G high speed internet. That means that people from all over the world, and from very poor countries to some of the most exciting countries in the world, but they can all come in to us and reach our children. So this is the first generation in all of history where our kids can reach the entire world, but the entire world can also reach our kids. That is very exciting and very terrifying. Okay. Our kids will have more opportunity than any generation before them. They'll have access to more information, but they will also have more opportunity to be exploited. And this is why this needs to be a conversation within a family. Because now it isn't like the old days, like when we were on Facebook and we had 45 friends and we knew who they were. When our young people go on things like mass audience, like live streaming, like TikTok or Roblox, any video games, they're on there with millions of people and they can reach out to millions of people, and millions of people can reach back to our kids. On top of it, they can even go through and identify who their followers are. So when your child is on a video game, excuse me, a video game or a chat room or a dating site or a hookup site or even direct messaging, they're being exposed to millions of people all over the world that can talk back to our child. One of the things that we need to realize is most apps today have geolocation software. That means that they will be connected to the people that are physically located closest to them. On top of it, many of our apps now have financial transaction capability. I say that your kids are using Bitcoin if they're on a video game chat room. But one of the reasons I say that is because it is a way for our kids to pay off blackmailers, which they didn't really have before. One of the challenges with social media is that we all see what we want to see, and we have a tendency to ignore those people that are out there that we don't want to think about. So, our real challenge as a parent with a young person when they get a device that connects them to the whole world is how can we teach them when they are in danger so that they can protect themselves and protect others? This is becoming so critical because now all of us every day hear about artificial intelligence. Basically, artificial intelligence will allow people from all over the world to alter our images, alter our voice, and make us look like somebody that we're not, or even take a perfectly normal type of image out there, a photograph or a video, and alter it. It's called a deep fake. And that's when predators will alter the image and then they start to blackmail you, and they want money or they want additional nudes or they're threatening to ruin your kids at school. How big is this? We are just getting started, okay? In 2023, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, we lovingly call them NECNEC, they took over 32 million reports online. That is literally 87,000 reports a day of potential online sexual abuse. Now, a lot of that is because the platform companies are now running their apps, their bots, their algorithm to find any images online that might be a situation that would be harmful for your kid, and ask them to remove it. But that also tells you just how many images are out there of illicit images of kids under the age of 18. The FBI suggests that there are over 500,000 pedophiles online at any given time. So, how do we prepare our kids to live in this kind of world where they're safe? I know I've talked to a lot of kids. I've never met a kid yet that wants to be violated. They all think they're going to know if they're being catfished. And every one of them, kids and parents, think it's not going to happen to me. We have to get over that because we need to have these open conversations with our kids. Your first line of defense as a parent is have an open conversation and develop a joint strategy for how your young person is going to use that device and be online in a way where you can keep them safe. You need to be able to educate your family about sextortion and online social media exploitation. Gone are the days where it's enough for a parent to go, you be careful on that thing now, okay? That isn't going to get it anymore. All of us need to understand how this works and how to protect ourselves. You will get a lot of information if you go to millionkids.org. We'll constantly be feeding out all kinds of updates about how this works. But decide together that you're going to sit down and get a joint strategy and that you're going to be educated together. The first thing I'm going to suggest to you is that you create a code word for your entire family. Now, it doesn't have to be wackadoodle. I happen to like that word, okay? But some word that is just for your family. And I say that because with artificial intelligence, they'll be able to modify the image of your child and then begin to blackmail you, believing your child is harm's way. You can simply say, I need the code word, and I need to know that that is in fact. So get one word that goes for your whole family so that you will be able to verify that it's in fact each other. Now I'm going to suggest that you create a written contract between the parent and the child, the parent and the minor, even if the child is 16, 17 years old. Get a written contract, sit down and make an agreement together. Now I'm going to give you some suggestions of what should be in that contract. You might want to make your own. And if you do, I hope you'll contact me and tell me what you did differently so that we can help other people. Number one thing on the app is that every app that your child has on their phone is going to be on your phone, and they're going to teach you how to use it. That's really important that you check their phone regularly. It doesn't mean that you're being nosy. It means that you are all learning together. And besides, if your child were in trouble, you would want to be the first that it can intervene and begin to help them before it gets worse. So please check your child's phone. But every app they have, you're going to have, and they're going to agree to it, and they're going to share their password with you. Number two, that they will not post or send anything that will cause them or their family embarrassment. This is very, very important that they understand. When they post something online, it goes out to the entire world and it is there forever. While you're having that conversation with your child, remind them of this, that if anybody online is asking for a nude or illicit image, whether it's a video or a live stream or just a photo, they are not your friend. Because the minute that goes online, you're never going to be able to get it back. It's going to go out to millions of people, and you could end up being blackmailed. So remember, one, I go back to this, number two, that they won't send anything or post anything that's going to cause them embarrassment or cause their family embarrassment. And remember, if somebody wants them to do that, they're not their friend. Number three, and this is so important, mom and dad, get that agreement that no matter what, they will never, ever, ever, never go out and meet up with someone they met online. It never ends well. We have been in this business 15 years. I've seen so many kids that just wanted to see what they look like. And they snuck out of school, or they put something under their bedspread and snuck out at night. and it ends badly. So get that agreement and talk that straight talk to them that they must never ever do that. And number four, if they find themselves in trouble, mom and dad, I can't tell you how important this is. If they find themselves in trouble, that they will trust you enough. Don't panic. Don't do anything crazy, because there's some really bad stuff going out there where we've lost some kids that just panicked and made a bad decision. Have that honest discussion. You see, what's happening right now is overseas areas that are very poor, West Africa, Pakistan, Philippines, they are putting their cartels and their young kids in to seduce our kids. And the minute they have a photo, then it becomes just really, really awful. And these kids panic and they can't feel like they can't tell their parent. Have that discussion today. Sit down and say, I hope you don't. But every one of us is going to make a mistake with the way technology is changing. If you do, don't think that it's the end of the world. Don't think that I'm going to just blow up. Please trust me and come to me, and we will resolve it together. Remember, with artificial intelligence, global connectivity, connections to millions of people you've never met, anyone can become a victim of blackmail or sextortion. So it's important to get this agreement together and work together as a family. And I would like to remind you, especially with prepubescent children, they have little capacity to understand when they're in danger or even why they're in danger. I always say that if they're not able to have the understanding to sign that contract and understand what they're agreeing to, maybe it is too soon for them to be online. This open conversation with your minor is everything. Make sure that you talk to your minor and tell them that you expect them not only to be safe, but to be a leader of the most important generation that's ever lived, because they are the leaders that are connected to the entire world for the first time in history. And we got to get this right for the next generation. Finally, I'm going to share with you that I believe with all my heart the four most powerful words on earth are I believe in you. And that is what our kids need to hear. We're well past that just wagging the finger or you be careful. This has to be an agreement. This has to be something the family does together to develop that strategy. Now, if there is a situation where someone is being blackmailed or exploited or in danger of meeting up with someone online, if it's an emergency, call 911 or report it to your local law enforcement immediately. Do not go online and tell the pedophile or predator that you know this is happening. Just take a screenshot the evidence, shut the device down where they can no longer reach your child, and go to your law enforcement and ask them for cyber crimes. We have a suicide assistance line on here also, because we have unfortunately seen some cases where the kids panic. But if you have that conversation first, it'll be helpful. Also, you can report this to National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You can report anonymously, and that number is 1-888-373-7888. So I hope this has been helpful for you. We will be making more of these videos. You can find this video and others, if you want to share it, at millionkids.org. If you want to share something with me, again, my name is Opal Singleton. You can reach me at info at millionkids.org, not .com, .org. We'll see you next time on Million Kids Insider Alerts.